the Callisto Protocol was not universally popular, and the recent Dead Space remake helped ring the coffin for many pure Dead Space fans. Callisto Protocol has huge potential, its graphical fidelity is excellent throughout, and its biotic phage enemies are designed to rival the necromorphs of Dead Space. Unfortunately, the hang-up it hits is with gameplay. Too many shocking sequences and too little running away from intimate melees can immerse yourself in the experience, and it's hard to see where the IP is going next. Much of Callisto Protocol's potential as a sequel or prequel hinges on its narrative. Callisto Protocol's narrative is reminiscent of a Resident Evil game. But both Danny Nakamura and the events of Europa's Moon have interesting threads worth closing. These are the stories for the Callisto Protocol DLC expansion. But it wouldn't be surprising if fans' excitement for the DLC has subsided now that they've gotten their hands on the base game. Callisto Protocol could certainly reinterpret itself in a sequel, but the real question is whether the IP deserves a second chance. The Callisto Protocol has a lot of room for improvement. The silver lining to Callisto Protocol's relatively poor reception and endless comparisons to other survival horror games is the potential for it to grow in future chapters. Striking Distance Studios could take a closer look at how the Callisto Protocol was designed and then reevaluate the features and mechanics that players complained about. Additionally, Striking Distance can carefully compare Callisto Protocol and Resident Evil to decide what it will do differently to better stand out in the future. If Striking Distance is committed to improving the player experience, such improvements could appear as early as the Callisto Protocol Story DLC post-launch. However, it's unlikely that the Callisto Protocol DLC will be developed as a completely different game to compensate for the base experience. However, a sequel or prequel could give Amazing Distance a chance to reinterpret its sci-fi survival horror IP and forge its own path. Callisto Protocol fell out of favor because it insisted on unbalanced melee combat and didn't live up to the survival horror game standards it was built around. These features will definitely improve if Callisto Protocol is given another chance. Striking Distance Studios could be getting even better with another new IP. Of course, from an internal development point of view, it may be too risky to invest in a successor that may have lower performance based solely on capturing the Callisto Protocol. Unless it's different from the Callisto Protocol in terms of gameplay, a sequel or prequel is unlikely to be highly anticipated and likely avoided when announced. Instead, Striking Distance Studios could ditch the Callisto Protocol for yet another new IP. This would give the studio a chance to reinvent itself, even if it chose to stick with survival horror. Also, starting from scratch, Striking Distance may come with a more unique or creative new gameplay or combat model. Taking inspiration from other franchises isn't a bad thing, especially since Callisto director Glenn Schofield co-wrote Dead Space. But when a game like the Callisto Protocol is so obviously trying to emulate Dead Space and still doesn't come close to that standard, it might as well not even try. Starting over with a new IP might mean abandoning all pre-Striking Distance Callisto Protocol ideas, but if Callisto Protocol can't avoid Dead Space comparisons and sparse gameplay, then maybe that would be perfect. Callisto Protocol is available now on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One and Xbox Series X, S. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and support my channel.